this shit now.
Yes, that is right. We are back once again.
We are back.
Back at it. Because, this is the thing that we like to do. We fell off for just a quick second, but, it's no long fall off with us. We back at it trying to be consistent.
Most definitely, yes.
And, of course, y'all listening to Tone and Cash Gaming Pad on the 613 Faye Productions Network.
613 Faye Productions, let's go. I'm so hyped.
And of course, man, it's a good time to be hyped. It's a lot of good stuff going on.
And it's spring.
Man, we hit 70 degrees in Detroit today, so I went outside. I walked. I wore my shorts to the store and everything. It felt real good outside, but anyways,
kneecaps ain't ashy. We good, so
chill. And if y'all don't know by now, this is my crazy co-host, Mr. Cash Senpai.
You know what it is. Hey, guys. Hey. We about to get into some nice little topics. You know what I mean? The host that does the most. You know what I'm saying? Tone Corleone, 450. You already know who he is.
And thank you for the introduction, my friend.
Look, man, thank you very much. I'm here, man. I'm here to hype. You know what I'm saying? I bring the hype.
Just don't be no Flavor Flav. I swear, if I come visit you and you got a clock around your neck, I'm gonna just turn around and get back on the plane. I'll just go there. Yeah, boy. Good. This ain't no Def Jam fight for New York or nothing like that. If I see it one time, I might have to get somebody else for the show. I ain't even go for it.
No, this went completely.
I'm just messing with you, man. You know how I do. I gotta poke a little bit of fun at you.
Of course.
But how was your week, sir?
It's been good. Finally been playing a lot more heavily on Red Dead. I mean, I post little clips on YouTube. I'm not about to say on YouTube, on Twitter. And it was, how the first one went down if nobody has seen it, but we was literally joking. That's literally what it was. That whole clip was just us having fun. I didn't know I was going to back up that far, that it was another dip there. I didn't know. When he started tumbling, I wish y'all could hear him scream.
No one needs to hear Rachel scream. That's something unique that no one needs to experience.
That's toxic, first of all. All right. There's nothing else.
It's okay to be toxic sometimes. He's a friend. It's okay to be toxic.
Anyway, all smiles for this week. I had a lot of fun, and I hope it continue going. I mean, you got one more day.
One more day.
So, how about you, my friend? How was your week? How's your week been?
Oh man, I can't complain. I've been hitting the Cold War pretty hard. Come to find out, I love the shotgun. That's my thing to run with now. The shotguns on zombies.
What do I say now? You play a lot of zombies, so what rank are you on zombies? I feel like I'm interviewing now.
So far, I'm only at a 44. I ain't played that much, but I do know certain people that have prestiged already. He knows who he is, but
I'm not gonna bring him up. I feel like every podcast he always pops up for some reason.
Well, he need to stop doing stuff that gets talked about. He just chill in the party once or twice. He might be okay for a week.
He don't know how to.
Well, he gives us ammo for the show, and everyone loves it, I suppose. So, we gonna keep running with it,
right?
And I've been playing 2K a little bit heavily again.
Dunking on people, or are we out shooting folks?
Well, I kind of made an in-between build, so far already this year. But this build specifically that I made this last time, it's basically just slashing in defense, just because of the fact that I'm playing at the point guard position, and just the way that me, you, Jay, T Gray play. It kind of fits our play style. So, I try, different things. One type of player ain't always gonna work. Right. It might work sometimes against one lineup, but you want to find something that'll be like a meta to where, you ain't always got to keep changing builds and stuff like that. But
just be versatile, just be the jack of all trades in a sense. At least try to anyway.
Yeah, you can try to, but the way 2K got players built, or that you can build your players, I'll say on current gen at least,
wink.
You really have to be a jack. If you try to be a jack of all trades, yeah, you'll do good in almost every area, but you'll never like excel in like one area that like your matchup might be able to. So of course it's that downfall. But then here you have next gen, different position. Everybody can do the same thing. Like it's really just copy and paste when it comes to like, making builds. You got centers and power forwards that can do stuff that point guards can do. Yep. So it's really like, is it really end up a point of making any other type of build besides this one that everybody else makes? So, when I get to next gen, I'll go and experience that for myself. But, for current gen, I can honestly say it's still somewhat a little maybe balanced in a way, just because that each build is going to have some type of flaw, some type of way that you can exploit. So it's still somewhat fair as long as they don't have a Zen Master. If they have a Zen Master, it's over. That's all I'm going to say on the Zen Master part.
Zen Masters.
That's all I'm going to say on the Zen Master part. But, let's go ahead and get into this gaming news.
Okay.
So, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village will be appearing on the Google Stadia.
What? On Stadia?
On the Google Stadia. Apparently, Resident Evil 7 is going to have a gold edition for the Stadia. But if you get the Stadia Pro, the game will already be free. So if you want to try this Google Stadia out, or if you want to try to be one of those people that gets on the system and plays a game just so that you can say, I was the first to do this on this system, then, by all means, Google Stadia is right there waiting for you to
Look, you
give
got the
it a shot.
information. You heard it,
I mean, you got to try it. I mean, it's only right. And I mean, the demo is coming out too. Not too far from now.
The Biohazard, like the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, wasn't bad. It has its flaws. I typically just, I wish they just had a different protagonist, but it's fine. But Resident Evil 7 was not bad. So if you haven't played Resident Evil 7, I would recommend it, since now, we all know that RE, the Village, is definitely, he's a protagonist in that as well. So, if you have not played it yet, you need to please play this one. At least these will link up together. They don't need to do Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, all those up and above. You just
7 is the one that gives you that first person aspect too, so it'll kind of get you prepared for that as well.
Yeah, they want you to really be like in depth. Like, third person was already good, but like, in first person, you actually like right there.
Yeah, I remember when you were streaming Resident Evil, as a matter of fact, and you had a lot of hoops and hollers yourself, my friend, but it was very entertaining. And I can't wait for the next stream to drop whenever it's going to be, whatever we decide to stream.
It's going to be Resident Evil 8. It's going to be on May 7th, I promise. Yeah.
Mark your calendar, ladies and gentlemen. Cash is going to scream and piss his pants. Mark your calendar. I don't know about the pee in the pants part.
Now he's just going way too far. But the screaming, yeah, you might hear me scream. Get them to meet that tall lady, which I really don't know her last name, so I'm just call her Lady.
I would say you can call her Lady D, but that might turn some people on, because they'd be like, it's already so many things that have been said about this character. Lord have mercy. Like you got for real grown man over here, see a picture of her, and they start sweating bullets. Like they just seen the hottest piece of, you know.
I
like,
really hope that, you know, she stays that figure for them for so long and then just out of nowhere turn into a horrible monster at the end. Like you just finally get the big reveal. Like that's what I hope now.
That's what's going to happen, and it's going to ruin everyone's imagination. Well, you know what? It's going to be that 2% of people that's going to still be turned on by it. Like, oh yeah, that's hot. Like you.
Is that flesh? Yeah.
Like, is that how she really looks? Oh my God, her true form is so beautiful. Like, it's gonna be some people out there that's weird like that. But you know, to each his own.
That facts. We're gonna leave it as that.
And speaking of to each their own, Resident Evil RE Verse. The multiplayer third person shooter that's going to be coming out with all your favorite characters.
All the favorite characters.
You know, you got your Jill Valentine, you got your Redfield,
you got Nemesis, Mr. X.
You got a lot of different people. It's definitely gonna be something.
Leon.
It's gonna be definitely something different. I'm excited for it.
Definitely.
But it's only gonna be a 4-day open beta. That's the downfall. From April 7th to April 11th. That's really going to be like your only time to play it. Unless, I believe they said, if you have a demo or a pre-order or something like that. I can't really recall the info right now. But I do believe that if you do have if you got a code or something to access the closed beta, once that opens up and closes, then you'll still be able to play it. But of course, it's going to be kind of scarce because, everybody didn't get codes to play, when it was closed the first time. So, that open trial is just going to be, basically to let people flood in it, try to break the game, see what they can do. And then they're going to, put all the little fine tweaks on it and stuff like that.
And you said when does the open beta begins again?
April 7th.
And when does it end?
April 11th.
Okay. So, yeah. Now people know. And now, you need to mark that on the calendar as well. Just saying, we're trying to give you a little bit of information about Resident Evil. If you're Resident Evil fans, here you go.
Cash is trying to get y'all to forget to mark y'all calendars from his streaming day when he's screaming. But anyways,
April 7th, that's a really good number. It's a really good day. Everybody just be busy, doing the open beta.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm waiting to see Twitter and like everything else just get flooded with like, yo, this character is so broken. Like I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
All the crossovers, dude. All like from each one, and there's not even technically a crossover, but from each of the series, different characters going at it. You finally get to see Leon take on whoever. Like, that the imagination will go crazy as far as these characters. So I can only imagine. And the weapons, like we don't even know what they're gonna pick up. I mean, I know they're probably gonna have tradition like the handguns and all of that, but like I want to know if they're gonna get like a special weapons or you know what I mean, or if Nemesis and Mr. X are like the special guys, and if they pick them, like you know what I mean, like they get more health than they do, but they probably won't. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's going way too further in.
It might be something to where like if you pick these guys, they got the same amount of health, but if you do like a melee attack, it does more damage, but you just slow or something like that. You like really got to be able to sneak up on somebody, catch them off guard to really be efficient with them or something. Or, like I said, it's a lot that they could do with it. We just have to wait for them to do this beta test and see what they can come up with little bugs pop up, glitches pop up, and everything like that. But other than that, it's something to look forward to.
Right. Speaking of crossovers, Fortnite.
Now, is this on accident or is this actual Fortnite news?
This is actual Fortnite. Thanks for
Oh,
Fortnite.
okay. Well, I'm listening. Continue.
So they got Epic Games asked Fortnite players if they want Resident Evil, Grand Theft Auto, and plenty more. It was on Reddit. They actually have a breakdown on it still. I believe it's still on Reddit of the characters that they would like to see basically hitting into Fortnite. The list contains this is the list: Ethan Winters, Jill Valentine, Lady, the one still from I can't say her last name, but from Resident Evil 8, Mega Man, you have Spider-Man, you have Ryu, Batman, Sans from Undertale, CJ from Grand Theft Auto, Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, obviously, Bowser from Mario Bros, Vegeta, Alloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, Joker from the Batman series, and a Joker from Persona 5. So you have two Jokers, two different people though. Simon from Castlevania, Toad, I'm about to botch his name so bad, Alcor from Castlevania, and then Dante from Devil May Cry. So you do have a lengthy list.
That's a hell of a list.
That's a long, lengthy list.
But all interesting characters, though.
Oh yeah, dude. You couldn't go wrong with any one of these, and y'all better pick CJ.
Like, bruh, like
y'all better pick
imagine getting CJ. Imagine getting CJ and you getting the kill, and he got a taunt, and he just be saying like a quote or a line from the game. Like, of course, dude. It'll be like PG rated, but man. Or like some some altered line of something that he actually said or something.
All I'm saying is if I produce it, they can bleep it. But well, I can bleep, I can censor. But like, imagine how he would come in, dude. Like if they said like an explosion, and then they had that meme of CJ. Oh, here we go again, like that, bro. Him walking in. Come on, with pistols.
I'm telling you, you get a sniper, you miss a shot. You get a sniper, you miss a shot, then you hear Big Smoke in the back of his head like, all you had to do was just make the damn shot, CJ. Like, bro, it's so much potential.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if they get CJ in Fortnite, people are gonna play it again, bro. And I know I'm gonna do it.
You said you gonna hop on board, huh?
Unfortunately, for CJ, come on, man. On Fortnite at all places?
I mean, you're right. You're right.
What? They couldn't even go wrong with Vegeta. But the fact they don't have Goku on here though kind of hurts.
Yeah, but I mean, Goku has showed up in a lot of different other games too. That has been like crossovers and stuff. Yeah. So
it's time for Vegeta to get a dub. Get a big dub.
Vegeta could definitely use a dub after always losing to Kakarot. But
they could have put Dante in there too, though. That would have.
Nah, Dante, he would be nice. Dante would be cold.
I wouldn't see Batman doing this anyway. Like, no Scorpion. I mean, you could get Scorpion, but it kind of like I wouldn't see why would that be in there as one. And then he had Toad. Like, what is Toad gonna do?
And speaking of Scorpion,
what's up? What's up?
The Mortal Kombat director clarifies the movie's timeline. So for you Mortal Kombat fanatics, this is a huge piece of news right here. Now, of course, this is coming a straight quote from the director. So of course, he's not going to say a lot to, spoil the movie or predict a lot about the movie, but he does give enough, in my opinion. And he says, and I quote, "There's a lot of different timelines and different iterations of characters and all sorts of stuff that comes out of the source material. So we were conscious of what in the same way, we were respectful of everything that comes out of the source material, but we don't really mess with time per se. Aside from that opening, which is set in ancient Japan, it's present day. So we don't mess with time at all. And we tried to keep that aspect of it reasonably simple because there was enough going on as it was. a lot of plate spinning going on with this movie. So just try to keep that aspect pretty simple. End quote.
Good job.
So basically, thank you. I know I was in a couple of spelling bees, and I wrote a couple of essays that did pretty well, and I was on a debate team when I was younger. But that's neither.
I love the accolades. I love it.
But anyways,
hold on.
But the fact that he said that and did not spoil anything about the movie, except I don't know if people have noticed or have heard the news, but there was a 10-minute secret screening of the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Ooh.
And I don't want to put
I didn't even know that.
I don't want to put any spoilers out there because I don't want to give away certain scenes of the movie and what order they come in. So I'm not going to say anything. If you want to look it up and find out for yourself what those first 10 minutes were about, be my guest and do that on your own time. But one thing that I will say, if you see it, it will do one or two things. One is going to entice you to go back to the trailer and start looking at stuff even closer. Or two, is going to make you mad that you realize that was probably the beginning of the movie. And it's going to make you just wait until the actual movie comes out. You're going to block yourself out from every type of news, no matter what. Depending on how you've been looking at it and how you've been analyzing the trailer and everything else from the movie posters and screenshots and behind the scenes photos and everything. If you haven't been looking at everything like that and you've been trying to keep that nigga surprised, keep it like that. Don't look it up. But if you want to know the behind the scenes stuff, be my guest. Look it up. You can listen to our past podcasts. We sat and talked about Mortal Kombat for
a long time.
Numerous times, numerous theories. So, it's, one way or another, you can definitely find out, what's going on, what people are thinking.
I'm going to be mad, dude, if they really think Johnny Cage is it, bro. If Johnny Cage is cold, I'm upset. I'm gonna be so upset.
That's the only thing that will make me mad and will hate everything is Cole turned out to be Johnny Cage. I'm like, y'all just couldn't let this man go. He is not the savior of the franchise. Anyway, these two ninjas that had this war going on in different timelines for the past almost how long Mortal Kombat been going on? 25 something years, 25 years plus. Like, no, y'all can't do that to them. Y'all cannot. Y'all already made this trailer and the premise of the movie be about them anyway. Y'all just got Cole coming in as basically a fresh pair of eyes of seeing what's going on. But like, y'all cannot do that and bring Johnny Cage back into this. Y'all would completely disrupt the whole momentum of that this film is going in. Like it would really be like that. I'm telling you.
Look, I agree 100%. All right, you don't have to tell me anything, okay? Other than the Apex, you got any Apex news?
Apex. I actually do have some Apex news.
Wow, I was bluffing. Wow, you really have Apex news?
Yes,
please enlighten us.
So. It might be a potential Fuse buff coming.
Buff?
Yes. Now, I already know what you're about to say. Fuse in the right player's hands is deadly. And it's nothing scarier than a professional Fuse that knows how to play with Wally indoors and, get away and pull off some type of, some type of ninja move and, just come out with the dub. Like, Fuse is already a dangerous character. Like,
so what is this buff?
They haven't actually said. They said, this is basically what they said. Choosing what legend you want in Apex is one of the most strategic parts of the games. Are you going to play offense, defense, or a little bit of both? Because of the player's ability to choose, it's relatively simple to see how each character stacks up to one another on a developer side by looking at how frequently characters are winning. And Ape, he might be getting the buff just for that reason. Because people aren't getting enough wins with him. They get into these situations where they playing good offense and good defense. You know, Fuse is a good balanced character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that Autoviz can, you know, that mortar strike can be used as, you know, as an offensive movement, or it could be, you know, defensive as like a wall to put up between you and the enemy.
Right.
So, you know, depending on how you use them, it can go either way. But I guess he just can't close out the finish or get that clutch win. Or people are playing with him and figuring out like, okay, well, he's not good against so-and-so. And a lot of people choose that character that he might, you know, not be good against. So his selection rate might have dropped or something like that. So, you know, it's a lot going on, but that's mainly one of the main reasons why he's getting the buff in the first place.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't think he needs a buff. It's just my opinion.
They said, and I quote, and this was on, you know, that they, you know, devs are constantly on, you know, the game subreddit, constantly responding to questions and ideas. And the game's lead designer, Daniel Klein, responded to a question about Fuse's win rate. And he said, "We have some plans for him, but nothing's 100% yet. But yeah, he didn't come in super strong like we wanted. It's still hard to predict how strong a character would be unless they have meaningful mobility." And then they talking about Octane and Horizon at that point. But he said, we got to be careful not to fall victim to mobility creep as well. The more general mobility there is, the less fun the game becomes for everyone because you just can't hit people. So what do you think about that quote?
Octane gonna get nerfed. That's what it sounds like.
As a matter of fact, they were talking about nerfing Octane a couple of days ago. The news, you know, popped up on my, you know, little Google feed, and I saw it. I just made a little note of it. So, you Octane mains, you know, you guys constantly sticking that syringe in your chest and taking off running around in circles and stuff faster. Like that. That might come to an end, or who knows, it might inflict more damage as the rounds go on.
I was about to say, like, I don't nerfing it in a sense of like how, and I mean that's a good point. Every round it gets worse and worse for you, or I don't know, like maybe just stick, like, you know, after like 3 of them, you know what I'm saying, maybe put a limit on it, and then if he keeps abusing it, then, you know, maybe do something about it. But like, I don't know how you really would nerf his running ability, because I mean that's what you got him here to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that was your whole purpose of having Octane anyway, because he was just always high speed. So cutting, like, either knocking that, so that you had to change his whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know. That was tricky. That was extremely tricky.
Yeah, and another little bit of news about Apex. The leaderboards are actually getting ready to come into play sometime soon.
Thank goodness. We get to see who's trashing who's not.
I know I'm definitely not gonna be on that leaderboard. I might be at the bottom somewhere. But so basically, once the leaderboard, you know, is supposed to start, it's basically gonna be like, basically it's almost gonna be as awesome, almost as your rank. It won't reset, but it'll definitely drop. At least maybe a rank and a half. So depending on where you're at rank wise, if you just made it into that diamond rank, and you like maybe, you know, diamond 1, or maybe, you know, close to getting to diamond 2, you might end up being, you know, that level right before the end, you know, the highest level, that level before, I believe, what is the platinum, I believe. I'm not really clear with the rank, you know, with the ranking levels on Apex. I just know that once you get to Predator, you know, it's basically, you know, all eyes on you. You start getting paychecks, endorsements. Like, you know, people throw money at these Predator players on Apex, these Predator level players on Apex. And I believe you hit Predator level when you hit the top 500 players, I believe. Wow. I want to say that's what it is. If I could, I remember seeing, different clips and different streams, and, they had the Predator, Apex Predator logo in the top right corner. And I believe the lowest number I've seen was like number 493. So that's why I maybe just assumed it was just the top 500 will only be able to get that status. But man, these top 5 players now that are officially at the top 5 after this ban that's happened recently, because I believe over 100 something Apex Predator players have been banned because of a glitch that they were exploiting with the heat shield, and it was actually helping them win games and stuff like that. So they got banned. But these top 5 people that's on there now, they some goats. They play like I ain't never seen people play before. It's this one guy named Timmy. He played with a horizon that I ain't never seen the way nobody play. The way that man moved is ridiculous. Shout out to Timmy. That boy can play. That boy is a for real player. And playing Apex is just different. It's a different type of battle royale anyway. You really got to be quick on your feet and be observant of your surroundings, because real quick you'll get taken out in a matter of seconds and without even getting a chance to put up a fight.
50% is communication. Once you get communication with your teammates and whatever, I mean, I know sometimes people play with randoms and then try to get it that way, but literally, even with that though, you don't even have to communicate. Just ping it out, or whatever the case may be. But 50% of that's communication. If everybody knows where everyone is, bro, y'all have the advantage no matter what, because y'all know where everyone is.
Right.
If everyone is communicating the way how they should be communicating. But other than that, I mean, I know there's people that are just, gifted that way.
Oh, yeah. Some people just got that, cat-like reaction time where they can see a little spot move on their screen from an enemy trying to peek out from, 400 meters away. And they can spot that. But, I'm sitting here playing blind as a bat. I see somebody come around the corner for a split second and I don't even see it. And they right in front of me.
Same.
So, anybody who that Predator level on Apex, shout out to y'all.
Built different.
Y'all some goats. Y'all built different. It's y'all really own it. That's all I have to say. And you know what? Let's move on to Microsoft real quick. We got some good Microsoft news about some stuff that didn't happen, recently. So one example, Microsoft has actually changed the name from Xbox Live to Xbox Network.
I heard it wasn't not to freak anyone out. Like, I feel like I heard like a lot of people like went crazy when they heard about this, because it was so like, is there going to be a package deal, or is it going to be like,
they probably thought it was going to be like, oh my God, we combined it with Sony. They got the PlayStation Network and we got Xbox Live. Are they combining? What is this? No, people, just calm down. It's just a name change. That's all.
That's all it is. I'm about to say, I read up on it. It wasn't nothing major. It was just name change.
But another big change that did happen, though, Bethesda has been acquired by Microsoft.
Get that.
So that means they are no longer just friends. They are now family.
What about your friends?
But
I'm sorry.
All your favorite games, like Doom Eternal, Doom 64.
Yeah,
you got your Prey. What else is on? What else they got on their Cash?
They got Star Wars Squadrons, Empire of Sins, Undertale, Dishonored, the Definite Edition, and then you have Definitive Edition. I'm sorry. Doom 3, Doom 64, Fallout 4, like you said, Prey, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls, Oblivion. They have the Evil Within, Wolfenstein, the Old Blood Wolfenstein, even 2K21.
Look at that. 2
Football
years in a row on Game Pass.
Football Manager 2021 is recently added to Xbox Game Pass, and Madden NFL 21 is also on there. Dirt 5, Elite Dangerous, and Killer Queen Black. And I heard about that, but I need to look into that though. The Killer Queen Black.
Yeah, man. I've been, of course, it's been a couple weeks since we even spoke about it, but Xbox Game Pass is just top tier right now.
Bro, nobody's seeing it, all right?
No, in the Xbox store is doing big things with this Game Pass. If you don't like Xbox, only thing I have to say is just give it a try. You ain't even got to buy no games. All you got to do is just buy the Game Pass. Buy Game Pass Ultimate. That will give you access to the Game Pass, over 100-something games, and that includes your Xbox Network payment for the month as well.
I just never heard anyone who has a Game Pass and has played over the 100 games on just the actual Game Pass itself, but the Ultimate applied onto that. I never heard somebody say that they picked out a game and they did not enjoy. I mean, there's probably games that you probably wouldn't enjoy, but literally Game Pass is literally all these indie games, giving old games and new, even some some up-to-date games on there that you can play. So it's not like it's all like I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. I wouldn't say everywhere, but it is everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got your killing games to playing sports to action. It goes everywhere, but it's a good everywhere though. You have different varieties all the time. It's never, it's gonna sit there for 6 months. No, bro. Like they switched up. Like it always switches up every once in a while.
Right.
Not 6 months. Not every 6 months. It's every once.
Man,
I'd give it what? It switches 3 weeks to maybe a month. Maybe a month.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't remember the Football Manager on there. Last time I spoke of it, I don't remember that.
Football Manager. Not my type of game.
I'm not good at soccer, but hey,
like to play that.
Give it a shot. Why not? I mean, you gave, what is that game? Wreckfest?
Yeah, I literally just downloaded that one game just because I was bored. Like, I wouldn't say I was in a 2K slump, but I was a little burnt out on 2K, and I was kind of burnt out on Red Dead, and I didn't have Cold War yet. So, I was like, let me go on the Game Pass and try to find something. And, I've always been fond of, a good racing game.
Right.
But, the fact that it was like actually like, demolition racing and, actually had like a demolition derby and, kind of like off-road racing at the same time, but it had like real crash mechanics and stuff like that. So you had to be like real strategic while you were out there driving, trying to avoid cars driving in the figure eight on a dirt racetrack. So, it was a real interesting game. And I actually, I actually put a lot of time into it for a little bit of time that I actually did, was playing it faithfully. I haven't played it in, a couple of days because I've been preoccupied with 2K most of the time. But when I was playing it, when I got done with the race, I was like, okay, what's next? What's the next best car? What can I upgrade next? Can I make this car stronger? Like,
But see, that's what Game Pass is all about, though. All the games, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's amazing. Get the Game Pass if you don't got it. What are you doing? How you on Xbox and don't have the Game Pass?
People get the hint. They'll get the hint eventually because, Game Pass is where it's at. The Game Pass
buying
is
$60
really where it's at.
games. You could just get on the Game Pass for a couple.
Like just imagine. Imagine if we didn't. If nobody bought 2K21 and it just came out on the Game Pass, we could have downloaded it for free. You know how much money that would have saved on VC when we creating characters, buying boosts. I'm not even gonna say buying clothes and accessories because I ain't even really bought no clothes and accessories like that. Right. Only stuff I really bought is like the stuff that I wear when I play in the rec, the stuff I wear when I'm playing my career game, and I got like maybe one or two things that I wear when I'm in the neighborhood. But I hate to say it, but anybody on current gen that done bought a hoverboard or a skateboard or a bike, y'all done just wasted money. You need to be wasting money. Y'all not in the city just yet where it's actually like where you need a means of transportation. It's on next gen. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, like I said, I'm back on 2K a little faithfully now. I played a couple of my career games earlier, just trying to grind this player out, just because that's the quickest way that I found personally to, get badges and, get my overall up there to that 95 real quick.
Time for that grind, yeah.
And, it's a little harder because, I didn't say earlier what type of build I was working on. But I'm actually working on two different builds. So one is actually a two-way shot creator.
Ooh, a two-way shot creator.
He a little on the short side. He not a shrimp. He about 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", so he a little short than I usually like to make my players. But, he get the job done sometimes. These past couple times I played with him in the rec, he been pretty good. So he might be getting some more playing time. But
hey, he moved up. He got some
this two-way slasher. He done had a couple flashes, in the rec, catching the body here and there every now and then. But, it's just been like, a regular contact dump, like going up with two hands and he just, trying to block it, but he can't or something like that. No, I'm trying to catch a body. You hear me? Like, I want to go up and, I don't even got a windmill. Just, I want to see him touch the flow and fall on his back. That's all I want to do. I don't care about shooting, at least with the two-way slasher. If I have to shoot a mid-range, I will. But, I ain't worried about shooting. Mm-hmm. I'm honestly just thinking about, making a little quick, move and taking off towards the rim. All that, trying to dribble, curry slide, escape right, escape left, curry slide, signature dribble, all that. I ain't trying to do all that. Just give me one or two moves. If that don't work, I'm passing the ball. If it do work, meet me at the rim. That's all I can say.
So, meet me at the rim.
Just meet me at the rim. That's all I can say. But, since we doing all this 2K talk right now, and of course, it's March right now, so March Madness, of course. I haven't really been keeping up with the tournament like that, but I have heard that a team has been advanced automatically because another team has had a problem with COVID, and one of their players tested positive. So that means a team automatically advances. But in the 2K world, it's my team madness, and ain't no players on my team catching COVID, and you gonna have to play every matchup regardless of what it is. So, without further ado, I want to bring on a close friend of mine. I'm in a group chat with him. We try to, we don't talk as much in the group chat, but we've had our times where we talk on the side and stuff like that. So. Okay. I consider him a close friend of mine, but he's a well-known guy in the 2K community. And of course, he's in charge of the My Team Madness that happens in the 2K community as well. Mm-hmm. So we want to go ahead and give it up for Mr. 2K Hunt Search.
Hey.
What's going on with you, Hunt?
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Once again, man, thanks for having me here, man. Very, very humbling experience, man. Been enjoying you guys so far. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much. And
thank you.
Tone, man, again, it's definitely a pleasure, bro.
Man, I just appreciate you able to take out some time and stuff. I know when I spoke to you before, you was like, oh, you gotta let me know in advance, bro. I'm a little busy. So, we got ahead, went ahead, chopped it up, got it set up. So, we got you here now. And that's all that matters. And I appreciate you taking some time out for being here.
Of course, man.
Sit here and talk with us and talk to the people about, the goings on with the 2K community, because, not a lot of people know about, my team. They really just know about my career because they know that playing my career is kind of really, like the main exposure to get to the 2K league, basically.
Right.
But, as of lately, 2K has been trying to bring back, the my team tournaments and all that stuff like that. But that's only one time throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you come up with the idea for My Team Madness and to make it, a thing that, anybody can participate in, no matter what time of the year?
Yeah, no, that's a good question, man. This idea, I'll probably say I've was thinking about it probably about 3 years before I even actually did it. So when you ask me, what came about this, a lot of talking and discussing with my best friend, who is the co-owner, Shibuki.
Shout out Shibuki.
Shout out Shibuki. He's the co-owner of My Team Madness as well. Just a lot of conversations, and me and him play the game a lot. We play the game basically every day. Well, we used to play it every day. Right now it's kind of slowed down, but we used to play My Team every single day, and it's just what we were used to. We always said that we wanted to create a league, a competitive league, just not a league, a competitive league, innovative league, and a league that would give people exposure. We always wanted to do that, but we didn't do it right away when we talked about it, but eventually it came about in April 2020, and we started our first My Team Madness tournament, which was just on PlayStation. We had about 45 users for our first tournament. So from there, it took off, and of course, it's expanded quite a bit. But I'll let you guys go ahead with the questions. But yeah, as far as how it came about, that's how it came about. Me and my best friend, just the love of 2K, and wanting a competitive environment, wanting to see more competitive My Team games.
That's what's up. That's good that you got a partner in crime that know the terrain with you. So
right,
both of y'all ain't going in blind, and you trying to teach somebody else how to certain things go and work
right,
within that certain game mode. Because I know some people go to My Team and be like, okay, yeah, I'm about to go to the auction house, I'm about to get this card. But what they don't know, like in the past 2Ks, you actually had to play. They made it a little bit easier this year, but you had to actually play My Team a certain amount of times and win a certain amount of games in certain modes to unlock the auction house.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there will automatically deter people away from like, okay, I ain't about to worry about that. Forget all that.
Right.
But because you might not have the right cars, you might not have the right players to be able to get that type of result that you're looking for.
Exactly.
So what's some tips that you can give people that want to start off and that want to get into My Team and actually dive a little bit deeper into the mode instead of just trying to collect certain cars for collection?
Yeah, let me get my paper and pencil.
You guys got to get your paper and pencil for this, man. This grade A information I'm about to give out, man. The first absolute thing you should do is sign up for our upcoming tournament this Friday. That's going to start this Friday. All right.
What?
Sign up's live on mtmmadness.com. That's the first thing you should do. If you want to get involved in My Team, you want to start competing, you want to know about the cards, join the My Team Madness tournaments. We're not just only, a tournament base where, it's a whole community. Building My Team Madness, not, only did we build tournaments and also seasons, which we can talk a little bit about that later, but we've built the community. My team really didn't have a community. When you look at Pro Am, you think of community. That's where the word community has came from 2K, because that Pro Am community is so big. And looking at my team as a whole, I knew it was missing that. For me being so heavily involved in the Pro Am community, I knew what it took to build a community. And that's what we're doing for My Team Madness. So there's questions, people are tagging us, just like people are using the Pro Am community and using different finders to find different stuff. People are tagging My Team Madness for the information. So if you want to know anything, my second thing would be go ahead and tag My Team Madness. Tag My Team Madness, ask your question, anything you want to know.
Go
we
ahead
have a whole community.
And tag My Team.
My Team Madness. We got a whole community.
Taking notes.
Whole community.
What?
Whole community that's not going to steer you wrong.
I couldn't. What?
I'm gonna check your feed and see if you actually like one of his posts too. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna follow you. If you don't, I'm gonna bully you. Like, why you ain't signed up yet, Cash? Why you ain't signed up yet?
Look, this is information for everyone, not just me. Okay, everybody else want to know too. So a reminder if somebody was like, "Hey, how did I get into the March Madness, My Team March Madness?" Oh, let me get my. Oh, this is how you got to sign up first. You know what I mean? I'm with it. I'm locked in. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah. So this is something we do consistently. We run about 2 to 3 tournaments a month. We also have different type of tournaments as well. One of our most famous tournaments that we've ran was called the Salary Cap Tournament. And if you guys have ever seen those images that go around sometimes, let's say, for example, they have a lot of NBA ones where they give you like $100 and they give you a chart, of all these different type of players that you pick from. And you have a certain limit. They say pick 5, and they give you like a $50 limit or something like that. Well, we took that same concept and brought it to my team. All right. And ran what we call a salary cap tournament. All right. Now, we didn't do it off players. We did it off the colors of the diamond. So if you're into my team, if you're familiar with my team, there's different stones, amethyst, there's diamonds, there's bronze, there's different stuff like that. So we put a certain cap on different bronzes on different cards. So people couldn't just have a team of Galaxy Opals, because at a point, my team gets ridiculous because it's so many different type of cards of everybody, and everybody's good. Everybody's 99 that. So what I did to balance it out was create that salary cap tournament, which later on the line got an article written in Forbes. A shout out to them, where they talked about the whole format of the tournament. So that's something we're going to be doing again coming up after these events that we have. So be on the lookout for that as well.
I'll tell you, it's only a few people in this 2K community that have actually done something that's been, positive, for everybody. You got, you got famous enough, coming up with Prestige. And, we talked about, lately on the podcast, how Rhino came up with that, whole, formula for, different positions and stuff, for tryouts and stuff on Discord with the Discord bot. And, you got Hunt doing stuff for the My Team and My Team players and trying to build a community for that. So,
there's a lot of things to get involved with. That's one thing I'm saying. So if you just sitting there just being a zombie or being a cone on the corner on 2K, then, you can at least attempt to do something differently, right? Because who wants to be a cone for the rest of their life?
You can go be a cone. You can go be a cone on a Pro-Am team. And you never know. You might have to take that one shot that sends y'all to the next round or actually win the shit.
That's when your palms get sweaty. That's when your arms get sweaty. Start sweating.
And my biggest, my advice, to people would be to make the investment. Obviously we have, plenty of leads out here. We know the reputable leads and we know the ones that are not. I don't have to go over that, with people, but make the investment into your future. If this is something that you're really serious about, if you're serious about, my team, for example, make the investment, make the $25 investment or the $20 investment or the $10 investment. There's multiple leads and different type of events that you can get into in the My Team community. I'll tell you this, 14 out of the 16 people that qualify for the $250K My Team tournament came out of My Team Madness. Jeez. All right, now think about that. 14 out of the 16 people that qualified for the $250K tournament, all right, out of thousands of people, came from My Team Madness. Now, we haven't even been going for a year, all right? Now, there's a gentleman by the name of Ty Debo, which I'm pretty sure the whole community is familiar with. Should be. Out of the 20 tournaments that Ty Debo has participated in, he's won 19 of those.
Jeez.
19 of those.
That is
Ty
ridiculous.
Debo is a monster, bro.
Yeah.
One on a different level.
Just that alone is just a 19 is ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
now one of the tournaments was versus Splash. Who he actually played against in the 150K My Team tournament. And if you ask me, say, hey, Hunt, do you think that helped out Ty Debo because he played Splash in a championship game in a competitive scene? Yeah, it helped him out a lot. He knows how to lose, but yeah, it's a lot of success. We're just not talking about it. I just want to let you guys know a lot of, competition is coming out of My Team Madness. So if it's something that you're serious about, definitely make the investment. And we do all we can to give the players exposure. We just don't, take your money. We do more than that. We put it back into the My Team community. My Team community has a website now. Like I was just telling you guys, mtnmadness.com, where people can sign up, look at stats, look at player profiles. A little kind of similar to Prestige Area as far as player profiles, but you can go on My Team Madness right now, mtnmadness.com right now, and look at player profiles of people in the My Team community. So we're taking the money and investing it into the My Team community, and hopefully it's going to keep growing. And with that, we've already expanded, and we have our other league called My Team Rising, which is like a WR Rising Stars. So we have that platform as well, which our first event was just finished a week ago. We had over 100 signups on that across 2 systems. So that's been going really well. So we have something for everybody. People may not want to compete against the Ty Debos, or the Splashes or the Gentani, because those guys do play in our tournaments. We have the best of the best competition. But if you don't want to play and you still want to compete, we have something for you. And if you want to get better, we got all the tools and everything, all the resources that you need in order to get better.
There you have it. For all the people that be playing in the rec and don't have a team or whatever, if you're listening to this podcast, or you go into their page and all that, you just sign up, man. Sign up. Go to mtmmadness.com, right?
That's right. You got it right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Got it right.
Got my notes. You got my notes.
Thank God you ain't botch it.
Hey, look. Hey, I'm getting better. Relax. All right, getting better.
Yeah, I just want to say, if y'all listening, y'all hear all the work that this man is putting into he done had a whole website built just because of My Team Madness. So a lot of people ain't gonna be that serious and take, a step onto that level to make it, as reputable as they can. So if you trust anything, it better be Hunt Search when it comes to a My Team, event.
And they really care over there. You know what I mean? They really care. They really want what's best for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do. And I can't do it all by myself. I got to say this. I can't do it all by myself. Shout out to my admins, my commissioner, Chris Evans, who's pretty well known in the community as well. He's did a lot of work with
I know Chris.
NWR. Actually have a guy by the name of Red Ramos that's on the team as well. He's a co-commish. And then I have another guy by the name of 2K Fitness that's on the staff. My lady, she helps me out a lot. I've been with her for about 5 years, going 6. So a lot of credit to her. And again, my best friend, who's the co-owner of my team, Madness. I can't do it without any of these guys. So without them, none of this stuff would be possible at all.
So that's such a nice, so humble. I love
the big shout outs. Love the big shout outs.
Definitely big shout outs though to everyone that participated. And making something great.
Yeah, so, definitely, man.
Last question about my team, real quick. What's some of the best cards that's out right now? And if there's been like any card that you decide to like have banned during certain tournaments, like even though it fit within the qualifications, like let's say like for the salary cap tournament, let's say like they can only have like one player, but you see on the timeline, you see other people play with a certain player that might fit within that qualification, but they just glitchy as hell.
Right.
So, like, and you say, okay, that's a card that y'all can't use because we know it's broken, and we want to make sure that it's fair to everybody.
Right.
So, like, what's your thoughts on that, or like, has that happened anytime?
Yeah, no, it's funny that you bring up that scenario because it did happen last year for 2K20. There was a card, and it was for the salary cap tournament, and tons of people. I mean, this was one of the biggest. Every league has its. I don't want to say downfalls, but every league has its problems. Disagreements. Not everyone's going to agree with everything. You're not going to make everyone happy either. But there was a Yao Ming card that came out last year, and it was clearly just out of pocket. Like it was the most glitchiest thing. It's 7'5", 7'6", ball handling was 95. You put a shoe on it, it's 99. His 3-pointer was in the 90s. His speed was in the 90s. What? So just imagine, at this, you can play this guy at point guard. You're bringing the ball up with a guy like, if he has 99 ball handling, 90 ball control, 90 speed, all the necessary things that a regular point guard has. Imagine how out of pocket that can be in being at 7'5". Now, if you don't have that card playing against that card at that time, you were done. I mean, some people were scoring about 80 points a game and sending us the screenshot to prove to me like, you need to ban this card. Like people would just straight up score with this guy. So we didn't end up banning them. What we told them was, hey, if you have a problem with it, then you need to go out and get the card. Get the card if you think it's that out of pocket, and you guys go ahead and duke it out like that. But we did not ban it because we already had restrictions. So if they wanted to spend their allotment, that those points on that type of card, and knowing, hey, if you get this is your only Galaxy Opal card that you're going to be able to get. You may be able to get one more, but knowing that was already a sacrifice, so we didn't end up banning that. I probably, and things can change. That's all I'll say, but I'll probably never ban a card. I think that's what my team is all about, using different cards. So I would hate to ban a card. When things start getting out of pocket, which they're starting to get, we'll start moving, more towards salary cap tournaments. And we'll have another tournament as well, for people that just want to play with no restrictions. Then we also have our season format as well. So yeah, as far as banning cards, I'm not really a big fan of it because people spend a lot of money, a lot of time to grind for this stuff. And I want them to be able to use, their cards in the biggest, my team platform there is for competitive my team tournaments. I want them to be able to use those cards because they've invested so much time in it. So at this point, I'm pretty against it. But we always keep our eye out because we want to, be as fair as possible to other people, and have some integrity at the same time. So we just don't ignore stuff. But at this time, we don't see any need really.
Okay, because I know it was a little while ago, but I seen on the timeline that somebody was like, "Yeah, this Jaylen Brown card I got, I dropped 70 on somebody's head with it." I'm like, "Who?" I'm like, "Jaylen Brown." I'm like, "Okay, I can expect 30 or 40, but 70?" And he had the screenshot and everything. He
was having a great night.
He only missed like maybe about 4 or 5 shots, and they was just like 3-pointers. I'm like, dog, if I see this card on my team, I'll just quit. Because I already know what's coming. That's just me.
That sounds like my team right there. They could put those type of numbers up on you, especially if you're running into someone who's, just trying to play the game for fun. There's a lot of wicked people out there online. They don't care if you're out there trying to play the game for fun.
Right.
They got the whole Michael Jordan, LeBron, Tracy McGrady, all the cards you can think of. And all they can think of is making sure they flood you by 30 plus. So if you play on my team, for sure, you better have some type of competitive spirit because these boys will break you down over here, man. They don't care. They do not care.
Man, that's wild. That's crazy. So let's shift gears a little bit real quick. Now, the 2K League draft just happened recently, not too long ago. And, you had people like, Crazy getting drafted first to Lakers gaming, which, of course, which was kind of expected, for a player that's considered to have no weaknesses, when it comes to playing 2K or, when it comes to playing Pro-Am. But it was one person in particular that, that kind of shocked, the 2K, community that he wasn't drafted. And, I'm not sure if you listening have been keeping up with it, but Fantasy season actually wasn't drafted, but he was actually one of the top prospects to be drafted going in the first round, actually predicted to go in the first round, but through 60, I believe it was, how many picks was it this year? 63 picks. He didn't get picked up, and it was real crazy. So what was your thoughts about that?
I know Fanta as a player. I don't know him as a person. I never really had a conversation with him. But from if I'm being transparent, I'm a transparent guy. From what I wasn't really surprised from the information that I was given. Really had nothing to do with his talent at all, but I wasn't surprised. Very talented guy. Very minimal spots though for point guards in the league.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that got hyped up a lot. People were saying for sure he was going to get drafted, and then come draft day, he didn't get drafted. So I mean, I guess only he would know the real reason on why. But as far as me being surprised that he didn't get drafted, I'm not surprised. But I don't think it really had too much to do with his talent. But again, I wasn't there in the interviews. Anything could have happened. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe a team just really wanted to go another way. Who knows? I hear those interviews mean a lot. So something could have happened there. But man, I'm really not too surprised or shocked about anything that happens in the 2K league anymore. I'm not. I know it hasn't been open too long, but I'm really not shocked about stuff like that because it's limited spots. So people with names like that, we're going to be talking about this again next draft, guys. People like that are going to get, snubbed, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, the 2K League ain't been out, that long, but I know the first season, it was like almost every other week, the league was dropping some type of statement that, something happened with a player and they getting suspended or something like that. So, it's like, once these people get there to that spot, do they really just let the spotlight get to their head and they just think they invincible? Or are they just like, common mistakes that, maybe the league just might be overreacting to?
Yeah.
But, I mean, you really it's difficult thinking, trying to, think about it and figure out what really happened when you on the outside. But, it's sometimes it get a little transparent where you can kind of see like, okay, this is what's happening and this is why it happened.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think, like we're saying, the lead is new, right? It's still fairly new. I think the lead is working on a lot of stuff. I think we can all say that the lead is improving as well. Everybody can improve. So it's no shade towards the lead saying they're improving. If you're not improving, then, I mean, that's the shade. But they are improving. And it looks, even though it may be harsh, it looks like they are trying to, put some type of order in place where people just can't get away with anything or do anything on their off time and expect to get drafted once it comes time to play. I think the lead is, trying to set that example. And man, did they set an example with a lot of people, this past draft where they didn't get drafted. And we know who they are. So I think moving forward, and these are young kids we're dealing with as well. A lot of people forget we're not dealing with, 26 and up. We're dealing with, 18, probably maybe 20, 23, 23, 24. We're dealing with
fresh
a lot
out of high school, fresh out of college, ready to experience something new.
We're dealing with, I'm willing to bet a lot of these guys probably don't even, have a credit card, so we're dealing with, young people. And I think making, even though, it could be a little harsh, I think making statements like, the league is making can maybe get people, these upcoming players, prospects, if they're serious about the league, to know, hey, there's a certain type of standard that you're going to be held to, So hopefully, that gets into these, these guys, and hopefully there's no, problems like that. But a lot of these players need to be represented as well. If you ask me, I think a lot of these players need some type of guidance, agents. I don't think everyone's good alone. Shout out to ACD Agency, who has Dimes now, who just signed Dimes. They got 2K Spartan and Bobby Buckets. But yeah, I think,
they're making big moves. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they a lot of these players, it would help, for a little bit more guidance. But again, we'll see. Do I think some of the league's punishments are harsh? Yeah, but it's because I don't work for the league right now, so I'm emotionally attached to these players because they're in the community, just like we all are. So of course we're going to think it's harsh, because these are our brothers. Are we going to kick our brothers when they're down? And we're not going to, kill somebody for something we don't know 100% either, because we don't know the full stories on this stuff. Because when the league releases something, it's very vague. So we don't know what's really going on. Only those people that are involved truly know what's going on. So shout out to the NBA 2K League. Very excited.
Big shout outs.
Yeah, what they're doing. Congrats to BD for getting that promo. And I see a lot of big things. Hopefully some new teams can get added, right? New teams can get added.
Yeah,
more
right.
For
Still
other
waiting
players.
for the Spurs to sign up.
Maybe a couple of more teams are in there this year. A guy like Fanta, you wouldn't have seen get passed up on. Maybe a team would have took a chance on. Who knows? But,
True.
There's a lot of. I know there's a lot of growth, right? When we look at companies and when we're looking for jobs, if we're hopefully people are looking for jobs every day. Like hopefully you guys aren't doing that, but when we are in our job hunt, or if you can remember when you were in your job hunt, we're looking for growth and companies, right? So that's what, we're looking for in the community and players are looking for in the NBA 2K League. And we can all say this, there's a lot of growth to be had in the 2K League, and it's exciting what they're going to be able to do. There's so much stuff that they're going to be able to do that they haven't done yet. So I'm excited for that.
I know they're excited as well. I know they can't wait to get, to do their whatever they have in stored.
Right. So let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit and let's step away from 2K. So, after all, this is a gaming podcast. So, just like every other guest,
yep.
We know that they had their main game that they're focused with and everything, but sometimes that could be, it could give you a headache. Sometimes you got to take a break from it, just step away.
Yeah, what's that secondary game?
Right. What's that other game you play?
What's the one you got in the back pocket?
Man, secondary game. I guess if I had to pick one, I'll tell you. Let me first start off by saying this: I got the PS5. Shout out to my girl. Man, I ain't played that PS5 in about 3 months. I haven't played. No, 2 months. 2 months. I probably haven't played it. If I do get on, it's always 2K. But I'm so tied up with my team madness, man. It just gets crazy. But I'll go into Crash Bandicoot. I'll play a little Crash Bandicoot. A little classic, so I'll do that, dibble and dabble on that. Waiting for my boys to get the Grand Theft Auto, man, so we can mob up, have a little fun on there. But
right.
I'll say those are my two little go-to games if I'm not playing 2K for sure.
Okay. You into the role playing on GTA?
You know what?
Servers and stuff.
It sounds interesting. I've never got into it. I don't know too much about it, but I know that's what people are streaming a lot of right now. But I don't even know how to go about it. So maybe after the show, I gotta get with you to figure that out. But I hear it's pretty fun.
Yeah, just hold on after the show. I got a little bit of info for you. I done seen a few people who, streaming. I know, I don't know if you know some of these people I'm about to name, but I know they've been in the 2K community for a while or, associated with, 2K some type of way. But Honey Brazy, she be doing the role playing stuff. Just Fresh with the fraternity, he be on there role playing.
Okay.
It's even a rapper here in Michigan named T Grizzly. He'd be on there doing role playing. I watched one of his on YouTube the other day. Man, I was laughing so hard with the stuff they was doing on there. Like he was driving in the car, shot a cop, ran away. They called him. He got arrested and had to be in jail for like 80-something game hours.
Jeez.
Like it was
yeah, bro. They don't play out there.
He was in jail. They started beating up people in the cell. Like, hey, don't come out your cell, bro. And dude walked out, and him and three other people just went and just jumped him. Like they be taking that shit serious, bro. But it'd be funny and it'd be entertaining though. Like it's all for entertainment. So it'd be funny. I mess with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. It definitely sounds entertaining, man. I've hopped in a couple of streams and seen people going at it, man. So definitely got to get into that for sure. If I like Grand Theft Auto, I'll probably like that. So.
Yeah, I still want to do that. Auto, you might have to get on Fortnite then, like Cash said. They're gonna have CJ.
If they have CJ
on there.
If they get CJ on there, then I would reconsider. But other than that, if they don't have CJ, just saying. But they get CJ, I'll think about it. I'll think about Fortnite. You know what I mean? I might give y'all some game clips. You know what I mean? The CJ going out there sniping people in the head. Might. I'm not a good sniper on there, so I don't know if I'm happy. You might get a submachine kill.
Man, see, Fortnite, they lost me. Once I found out that you had to like build and stuff, and I was like, okay, I can try. But then like a week later, when I seen the clip of someone building like hella fast, but they was holding the controller upside down, and I'm like, nope, That's how I know when the game's too hard for me, when I gotta turn the controller upside down to do something. Nope, I'm good. I'm good on that.
I stopped playing this in season 5, and that should tell you something because I don't know what season this is. You look up what season this is now.
Oh man, but all right. Well,
I'm about to keep going. I'm gonna go look this up.
No, Fortnite had its shine already. At least, and it was intentional this time, not by accident.
Yeah, that's my fault. The last.
But you know what? It was we had a real good conversation with Hunt, Mr. Hunt Search, 2K Hunt Search. So go Hunt, go ahead and this your time right now. Go ahead and throw your socials and anything else out there you want to promote right quick. You got the flow.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys once again for having me. It's been a pleasure. Very humbling experience, man. Hopefully we can do it again real soon. But hey, if you guys are looking for some My Team Madness competitive tournaments, go ahead and sign up on mtmmadness.com. You can go ahead, check on the site anytime. We have events 2 to 3 times a month. If you're looking for a little less competitive events, we also have My Team Rising, which will be available on mtmmadness.com. If you guys are looking, to get in contact with My Team Madness, go ahead and on Twitter at My Team Madness. We'll make sure we get in contact with you within 24 hours. Again, my name's 2K Hunt Search. If you guys have any questions, man, feel free to DM me. But once again, it's been a pleasure, man, and thank you.
Hey, no problem.
No problem at all, man. More than humble to have you on the show, dropping all this knowledge for everybody.
And so professional too.
And never really thought about my team. They just passed over it going to my career. So maybe, this little segment, make them, give a second thought and, dabble and dive deep into my team.
We got some room for you, man. We got some room for you. Let me know, man. We got room for you.
Most definitely.
All right, then, Hunt, man. It was good chatting with you. Just go and hang around for a minute. We'll go ahead and talk about that little, discussion we was going to talk about earlier after the show.
Right.
But, we got you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, man.
Man, I'm telling you, a lot of people is really sleeping on what the 2K community is trying to do.
I mean, it's a lot of improvement. You just heard it there from Hunt. A lot of improvement. Even this March Madness, great. NTM, madness.com, by the way. You know what I mean? Y'all want to get more further information and sign up? Well, you know what I mean? You know the link. If we don't know the link, I will send it out there to y'all. DM me, okay?
I'm telling you, man, y'all don't know what y'all missing. The people that put in the most work is the people that y'all need to start supporting. Not just these people that want to do these pop-up leagues real quick or, want to do like a quick little tourney, but you ain't never heard of this person before. Like, no. It's a reason why these people are established for. These people are established for a reason because they put in that work. They know what the community really needs. They're trying to, just do anything positive to keep people thinking like, the 2K community ain't all as bad as people make it seem.
As long as you're helping the situation, like a lot of people want to bash on this and that about a game, but there are people just like Hunt that are literally out there, making the best of it and also wants to improve it. And that's what 2K community, any other communities or companies want to see from the people that play the game. That they want to see them get more involved, and that's why Hunt is doing what he's doing, and the people that he's with as well do what they do. And that's all appreciation, and we all should appreciate the fact that they want to be great and they want us to be great as well.
Right. And just to clarify, I know we on the show we bash 2K a lot, but that's not because it's only the basketball simulation game that's out there, but it's because we done grew up on 2K. We know 2K can do better. 2K has given us a better product than they have, today. And we can only hope that they give us something that we actually deserve, you know, in the upcoming future with next gen. But, you know, we bash them because we know that they can do better and they're not listening to the right people for, you know, what needs to happen for the game to be how we think it should be. So we're not bashing just because, you know, we like talking shit about 2K. No, it's not that. It's a love-hate relationship.
That's literally what it is. A love-hate relationship.
We'll sit and bash 2K on the podcast for a whole hour and a half. But then once we done recording a podcast and we say our goodbyes on here, we load up into the party on Xbox to get ready to play 2K. So
pretty much.
Ain't nobody putting in on no front here. We gonna let y'all know. Yes, we play 2K. Faithfully,
yes, heavily.
But we bash 2K because we know that they can do better and they getting away with a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be getting away with. So that's all we have to say about, you know, 2K and how we actually feel towards it. Because I know there's been times on the show I just been like, you know, man, whatever. You know, forget 2K.
All these
I ain't trying to hear
Zen
about
Masters.
2K. You know, Zen Masters. I done played against people that got Zen Masters, and I know for a fact that they had them. But my love for basketball and my love for, you know, me to not lose to a cheater will prevail me to go out there and
we take pride
to test a shot some type of way. I will fight through that screen and them double picks. You know,
triple picks.
I done had 99 playmaking shot creators, you know, drop 15 on me in the first half, thinking that they're doing something. But then once I figure it out and I get my movements down, I can make my little 89 two-way slasher, lock them up for only 4 points in that second half with missed shots. So, you know, I try hard enough. I can do something on 2K, but
if you really apply.
If I really apply myself on 2K, I can really be a monster if I really feel like it. But, you know.
Yeah, sign the application first.
My competitive side for 2K is still there. But it's certain people that I want to compete with on that level.
Right.
And I know for a fact that we can compete on that level because we have before. But I just want everybody drive to be the same as mine because ain't no point in going to battle with a team if your team ain't got that feeling in them too. So,
right, 100%.
You know, I'm just taking my time. Just, you know, I'll take what I can get. But if I gotta be a rec warrior for right now, then that's what I'll do.
A rec warrior.
You know it. And of course, you know, it's about that time. Well, we go ahead and start, you know, go ahead and winding everything down. Go ahead, let me go ahead and pull up my big comfy chair. Grab my robe and my corncob pipe and give y'all some gaming advice of the week.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. So, my gaming advice for the week is about messaging people.
Oh.
If you have to message somebody halfway through a game to tell them that they trash, but then when they lose and they message you back saying that this is the reason why they lost, don't even give them no energy and responding back. I would just delete the message like I've been doing. There's been plenty of people that want to send me a message tomorrow, you know, you garbage or pass. But then when you start passing the ball, what are they doing? They playing worse than you. But one thing is, you know, you playing right. You taking nice open shots. Some shots just might not fall. Or, you know, 2K is good for giving people the wrong animations at the wrong time. So, you know, that happens, of course. But then you got people that want to try to go up in the middle of the paint on 3 people, trying to throw in layups, and you a point guard trying to lay up on a forward and 2 centers. And you're thinking, you know, I don't know how I didn't get fouled. Well, that's why. You know why. You know why you didn't get fouled. We ain't about to go into all that. You can sit there and holler in the game chat all you want.
about
pass me the ball. You're not getting the ball back because for one, if I know that you out here just doing whatever, like it's my career, then that's where you need to go and do all that in my career.
Facts.
Stop coming in a wreck thinking you just go ball hog and take control. If you walk in a wreck, have that teammate mindset and be ready to pass the ball.
Please.
Anybody saying you got to get 13, 14, 15 assists and no points. But I mean, be smart.
Yeah.
Don't try to go in the paint if you see you got two people standing in the opposite corners, just wide open, not being contested. Pass that rock.
Even
That's
deep down, even a lock wants the ball every once in a while. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just saying, like, and I speak because I have a lock, and it's not like all the time I want the ball, but there are certain times where, I could do things, but, not given the opportunity, how would you know, right?
Most
but
definitely.
Anyway, my gaming advice, I already talked about it earlier, but communication is key, guys. When we play video games, especially like you just said, even dealing with the example with 2K, call out screens, you need to call out what you're going to do. If we're playing man, 2, 3, or whatever the case may be, communication is key. When I talked about it with the Apex situation, that people need to start doing more call outs because that is 50%. And, you can either make that higher. I don't think you can make that lower. You could, but you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? You're gonna lose something in that. So you need 50% for communication, but everything you do, like even talking to friends and stuff, man, make sure be communicating, bro. Like, how you gonna be friends and y'all barely don't even talk? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
true, very true.
So just be involved, stay involved, like hunting them, stay involved, and communicate. Always, you got to communicate. That is my game advice for this week.
That's some good advice there, friend.
Communication is key. You keep saying it like.
What? Go ahead and communicate them socials right quick.
Aye, Captain. Dang, I was about to mess up. See, you started this. You started this.
About to botch it already, huh?
Right. I want to say we. You can find me on Twitter at Cash Senpai. You can find me on I'm about to say Twitter again. Tough. See, already launching it. See, you killing it for me. You did this. You messed this up for me. Anyway, Facebook, Shawn King. You can follow me on Facebook, Shawn King, and Instagram, DeMarco_Cash. Those are my 3 main socials, and I don't get on nothing else, I don't think. And what about you, friend?
On Facebook at Anthony Oliver.
Finally. Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can find me on Twitter at Tom Corleone 450. And if you even, I'm gonna throw this out here too. If you on Xbox and you want to get a couple grinds in with us, my gamer tag.
Oh, you took it a step further.
My gamer tag is Tone GOG SSWI. Yes, sir.
Saying giving out ultimate reveals.
And you know what? Y'all can't forget to go make sure that y'all follow 613 Faye Productions.
Yes, please follow 16. I said 16. I don't know what program I'm on. I'm losing it. 613 Faye Productions. Please follow. Follow. I'm pretty sure they got an Instagram. You can follow them on Facebook as well. 613 Faye Productions.
Yeah, I believe the Instagram is 613 Faye DMV. The Facebook is 613 Faye Productions. And the Twitter is 613 Faye.
I have an earful after this is over.
Of course, we do have 2 more other podcasts on this network as well.
Facts? Oh, wait, hold up. Talking about facts.
That's what the name of one of the shows. Facts.
Facts.
Yeah. Fridays at 8 a.m. Make sure y'all check them out. A group of lovely ladies coming at you with politics. Got that celebrity news, got your relationship news. They got a little bit of everything for you.
A little bit of everything. Just go over that, baby. All infinite informational stuff.
And of course, we got the wrestling podcast in the four corners of wrestling.
Wrestling. You gotta get that good old wrestling. And then now they do old to new also, right?
Yep, they have 2 episodes a week. One for the old school, one for the new school. So make sure you check them out as well. You know, you got, of course, like I always say, my main man over there, Marshall, Mr. Soul Simmons.
Mr. Soul.
You got the homie, Quavo. And, you know, you got the newcomer to the show, Mr. Mad Max. The People's Champ.
The People's Champ.
And, of course, you know.
Wait, does he drop the elbow too?
He might. I don't know. You had to listen to the show to find out.
Ooh.
And of course, you know, as of recent, then I had Hollywood Mike T on the show as well. So if y'all want to get a chance to hear all these gentlemen spit these facts about wrestling and give their opinions on certain ones and about which one should go or who was the better GM. I think we all think he should go, but we're going to say that for them. But make sure y'all check them out as well. And you can find you can find everybody under the 613 Faye Productions page on YouTube. And of course, you already know that because you're here listening to us right now.
Right. What is it, Cash? It's 613 Faye Productions.
613, not 16-3, Cash. It's okay. Oh boy.
That was hilarious.
But you know what? We gonna leave Cash alone and we'll go ahead.
I'm gonna edit this.
Get out of here. Ain't no editing. No editing. This is going out straight to the people, uncut.
No, I'm editing this. Edit is out. Like, all right, y'all. It's been cool. It's been real.
Had a lot of fun today. Shout out to 2K Hunt Search once again. And of course, shout out to Rebel Blue.
Big shout out to Rebel Blue. I'm still waiting on the clothing store, man. She's supposed to let us know. I know she's working on it very hard. Waiting on that merch store to open.
A lot of other little projects too as well. So
yeah, of course.
She's no rush, but when they do come out, best believe y'all better get it while y'all can because it's gonna go quick.
It's gonna get snatched up
real quick. But we done holding y'all hostage for right now. And of course,
I don't think it's hostage. You just want to sit here and just listen. It's not a hostage situation.
Some people might feel like that, but we ain't gonna say no name. I shall, but we just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it.
We want to thank y'all for coming into the gaming pad, listening in, and of course, we will be back next week with more gaming news.
Get that
more
hot
info
fire
for you guys. Got that hot info right off the press.
Hopefully some more Mortal Kombat though. It's getting more closer to that.
It's definitely getting close.
Yeah, that April, April 16th.
Yeah, it's definitely right around the corner. So all I know is that I'm ready for it. If they decide to drop it at 12, then oh boy, I'm gonna be up for like the next 2 days after that.
I'm drinking nothing but energy drinks. I gotta stay up and look at all of it and make sure I go back to.
You go see one cool scene and your heart go explode. Don't do that. Yes. Fatality. You laying there just
really fatality.
Everybody just come look. What happened to him? Who did this? Was it Kano? He was supposed to rip people's hearts out their chest.
Kano know better. Really do the heat? What do you got? They got that laser beam, don't they? I only make that joke because my dad. Well, not my dad. Heard his girl. That's a story from a different time, not now.
Let's save it for next week.
Yeah, we'll save that one for next week.
All right, folks. Y'all have a good day. Hopefully y'all took in some good info. And we will see y'all next week.
See y'all. May y'all have a great rest of the week. Peace
out.